Let's talk about something that should be a constant in ministry, that is absolutely a constant in life: change. You may have heard this quote from the Greek philosopher Hercules, or maybe you didn't know who it came from, but the only constant in life is change. Just like in the ancient city of Ephesus, change is even more prevalent in our world today. Whether it's driven by technology or social shifts or even internal dynamics within our churches, change is inevitable. One of the most striking things about change, though, is how unsuccessful it often is. About 80% of change efforts fail. Now, why is that? Why do you think that is? Well, while many organizations and some churches have a solid process for managing change, they often neglect the people elements of the equation. It's not enough to just announce a change and expect everyone to get on board. It's not enough to even have a great process for it if it ignores the people during it. We need to lead people through the emotional and psychological transitions that come with change if we want to see successful change. So this chapter, Change Management 601, provides a helpful framework for understanding the emotional states that people go through during a time of change. Let me give you a really quick overview of the 4 states of change. The first one is comfort. People naturally gravitate towards what's familiar and comfortable, even, and this is important, even if it isn't working. As leaders, we need to acknowledge this and help people understand why change is necessary, even if it means stepping outside of something that they're comfortable in currently. The second state is grief. Sounds like a really fun state, right? When we leave the familiar behind, when we leave comfort, we experience a sense of loss. We need to create a space for people to grieve what they're leaving behind. Things like traditions, structures, and maybe even relationships before we can expect them to embrace something new. The third state is the state of confusion. As we move from the old to the new, there is bound to be some confusion. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It actually provides an opportunity for innovation and creativity as we figure out the best way forward. As leaders, we need to provide clear direction and support during this phase. And then the last phase, the emotional state of acclimation. This is the final stage where people begin to adapt to the new reality. We need to help people integrate the change into the culture of the church so that it becomes more normal and the new normal. In this course, in this chapter, I highlight one of my church clients, Rivertown Community Church, RCC, and how they have navigated a major transition. RCC went from a small, inward-focused Mennonite congregation to a thriving multi-site church that is making a significant impact in their community by reaching people. The story of RCC really illustrates the power of leading people through change effectively. It's not always easy, but it is essential for the health and the growth of the local church. So, as you think about leading change in your church, remember these key takeaways. First, change is a journey. It is not an event. It takes time for people to process change and adapt to new ways of doing things. Number 2, focus on the people, not just the process. Helping people navigate the emotional and kind of psychological transitions that come with change is the only way to succeed at leading change. And then the last one, be patient, but be persistent. Don't give up when things get tough. Stay focused on the vision and keep moving forward. When we lead change effectively, we can create a church that's adaptable, relevant, and fruitful in a rapidly changing world.